Every one of these motorcycles should be impossible. One builder bolted 2 Norton engines into one motorcycle, another turned a 7 horsepower scooter into a drag racer, and one man spent a year staring at 3 pencil strokes before he even touched the engine. First up, could you improve one of the most outrageous motorcycles ever built? Without completely ruining it? Most builders wouldn't dare. A crashed Confederate Hellcat arrived at Revival Cycles, and instead of repairing it, they decided to redesign it. Now that's rather like telling Michelangelo you've got a few ideas for the Sistine Chapel. They kept the brutal attitude, but hand-formed a new aluminium body, rebuilt the riding position, hid an Audi S8 headlight inside the nose, and even redesigned the exhaust from scratch. The amazing part, it somehow looks more original than the original, which means this isn't really a restoration, it's the director's cut. Could you turn a 7 horsepower scooter into a drag racer? Most people would have bought something faster. Chris Hughes bought one because nobody else was stupid enough to try. He threw away almost everything, stretched the wheelbase, built a completely new rear frame, and replaced the original engine with a 56 horsepower race motor, which, in something this small, is rather like strapping a jet engine to a shopping trolley. The really frightening part, he admitted he had absolutely no idea whether it would go in a straight line, or immediately try to throw him into the nearest country. Instead, it won Best Style on its very first outing. Turns out, madness and genius sometimes use exactly the same blueprint. Could you bolt 2 Norton engines together and somehow make them work? Most people would stop there. Becker looked around his workshop, found a supercharger from a Pontiac and thought, well, it would be rude not to. So now it has 2 765cc Norton engines running on methanol, making around 240 horsepower. The really clever bit, getting 2 separate engines to behave like one, without shaking themselves into next Tuesday, which means this isn't really a motorcycle anymore, it's a small industrial accident with handlebars. And the really ridiculous part, he never intended to race it. He built it because he thought drag bikes deserved better. Some people collect history, others fire it out of a supercharger. Could 3 pencil strokes become a motorcycle? Max Hazan thought they could. The engine sat untouched in his workshop for more than a year, not because he was procrastinating, because he already knew the shape. He just hadn't worked out how to build it. And when he finally started, he hand-formed enormous aluminium panels, rebuilt the rear hub from 7 machine pieces, and even made a glass oil tank, because metal simply didn't look right. The astonishing part, it isn't inspired by a famous racing bike or a classic car or anything else. It came from 3 pencil strokes he'd been carrying around in his head for years. Some people build motorcycles. Max Hazan built an idea. Could you build a motocross sidecar from probably the worst Ducati imaginable? Revival Cycles looked around the workshop and found a Ducati ST4 sports tourer and decided that'll do. Now, for anyone who knows motorcycles, that's rather like entering the Dakar Rally in an Aston Martin. So they built the world's first Ducati sidecar cross bike. They chopped off more than 140 pounds, built a chrome alloy sidecar, gave it long travel suspension, and somehow turned a road-going Ducati into something that happily jumps motocross tracks. The amazing part, it actually jumps, which proves common sense has never built anything worth talking about. Could Ducati have built the perfect sport classic if they'd been just a little bit braver? Lucas Worthing thought they could. He loved the look of the Sport Classic, but wanted the heart of a 1198 superbike, and most people would have tried squeezing a bigger engine into an old frame. Luke started with the superbike instead, then built an entirely new titanium frame around it, because 170 horsepower has a habit of exposing bad ideas very quickly. It looks like a beautiful cafe racer, and accelerates like it's late for the end of the world. Sometimes the best motorcycles are the ones the factory never had the nerve to build. Could you build a world-class custom Ducati without throwing money at it? Chiel Nippius thought so. Instead of buying expensive upgrades, he kept almost everything Ducati had already built. The forks, the brakes, even the wheels. Because anyone can spend money. The difficult bit is making old parts look like they were always meant to be there. So he hand-built the subframe, fabricated the exhaust, hid every wire and stripped away almost everything that didn't deserve to stay. The result? One of Ducati's least glamorous motorcycles now looks like it escaped from the factory's dreams rather than its accounts department, which proves something. Real craftsmanship isn't about spending more money, it's about making people wonder where all the money went. Turns out, reality is mostly a suggestion. If you know another motorcycle that ignored it, put it in the comments, because there's a very good chance it'll end up in the next video.